This video is the third part of Sam's Tricks Teacher Compendium. It will focus on the school system and the large-scale competitions called marathons. To understand this video, you need to be familiar with Sam's Tricks' main features and what a class, a race, a hike, and a marathon is. If you aren't sure about it, we recommend that you watch the first two parts of Sam's Tricks user manual as well as the first three parts of the student guide, which are available on this channel. Section 1. Joining a marathon. To join a marathon, you will need to have the marathon's code, which will be given to you by the organizer. Navigate to the classes page and click on the marathon button in the upper right corner of the page. Choose Join Existing Marathon and use the code given to you by the organizer to move forward. To keep the competition fair, it is very important that you enter the number of students who physically belong to your class, as this number will be used to calculate the class average. Once you have joined the marathon, you will be redirected to the marathons page where you can see which classes are enrolled, the marathon's hike details, as well as the races from the currently active phase. Let's switch to a marathon which has been going for a while. On the marathons page, you can see the leaderboard for the current phase for students and classes, as well as the leading students in your classes. You can follow your students' performance in more detail by clicking the See Classes Results button at the top. This will take you to a new page where you can choose to see the marathon's global performances, each phase total, or any individual race performance for all your students. This page is very useful to keep track of who is doing well and who is not putting enough effort into the marathon. Section 2. Creating a marathon. Any teacher on Sam's Tricks can organize marathons. Navigate to the classes page, open the marathon menu, and choose Create New Marathon. Choose a name and click on the Create button. You will then be redirected to your marathons page. Obviously, you should start by sending the marathon's code to your fellow teachers to allow them to enroll their classes in your marathon. The action menu in the top right-hand corner allows you to edit the marathon's name and general description. It also allows you to change the marathon's status. A marathon can have one of three statuses. Draft, meaning that the marathon is not yet open. Active, meaning that it is currently open and students can participate in the hike and races. Finished, meaning that it is now closed and can only be seen by going through the All Marathons page. Let's jump forward to a time where all the classes have joined and a few tracks have been added to the hike. You can see and edit classes details by clicking the Edit Classes button. Be sure to edit each class display name to fit your formatting. It is very important that you check the number of students declared by each teacher, as this number will be used to calculate class averages. The hike panel is displayed on the right. From there, you can see which tracks are included in the hike, and you can also open and close tracks. To add or remove tracks or to edit the hike options, you need to navigate to the hike page. Underneath the hike panels are phases panels. By default, a marathon has two phases: a points phase called Selection, followed by a time phase called Final. You can of course edit, delete, or add phases as much as you want. Once you are ready to start, you have to launch the marathon from the action menu, then activate a phase and add a race to it. You can edit and lock the race directly from the marathon's page. Note that races belonging to inactive phases will stay closed. The students will be able to see them, but they won't be able to validate the tricks. Finally, the button underneath the phases panels takes you to the global ranking page where you can sort out the highest performing students, export their details, or visualize their avatars. This page is useful if you want to make a selection at the end of a phase. Section 3. Schools. Sam's Tricks includes a simple school system which allows different teachers to attach their classes to a school. This allows them to centralize class management and easily verify students belonging to the same school. Schools can only be created by the Sam's Tricks team. If you want a school created, just let us know via the message system and we'll be in touch with you shortly. When created, a school should have at least one administrator. In most cases, this will be a teacher who will act as a supervisor in the school. If you are part of a school, it is very important you choose your administrators wisely, as they will be able to modify and even archive your classes. Administrators will have a new button available in their toolbar, which will take them to the school's admin page. Your first step should be to open the action menu and invite teachers to your school. These teachers will have to accept this invitation. As an administrator, you can take care of all the class management for your fellow teachers. Start by opening the action menu again to add a class. Choose the teacher responsible for this class and create it. You can then invite students to this class. If you have a list of email addresses for all the students in the class, you can copy them and click the Paste from Clipboard button to invite them all at the same time. Again, students will need to accept these invites to join the class. Note that you can only invite students by their email address, not by name. If the teacher has already created a class, you can find them by clicking the Other Classes button to add them to your school. As an administrator, you can also manage marathons in your school. First, create the marathon from the Classes page. Then head to your school dashboard and open the Marathons panel. From there, you can enroll any class which belongs to your school. The ability to manage classes and marathons should give you all the tools you need to organize Sam's Tricks activities throughout your school. This concludes the third and last part of Sam's Tricks Teacher Compendium. We hope this series of videos helped you get a better understanding of Sam's Tricks class system and everything around it. We wish you all the best in promoting mental calculation with your students.